Have you ever really thought about what it would take to solve a massive global problem? I mean, not just put a Band-Aid on it, but to build a completely integrated system from the ground up to make it disappear for good. Well, today we're going to break down a blueprint that aims to do exactly that. And it all starts with something you would never, ever expect. I know, it sounds kind of crazy, right? How can one health bar possibly solve something as huge as world hunger? But that simple bar, that is the very first piece of the puzzle. It's the key that unlocks this entire massive interconnected vision. So stick with me because this is where the journey begins. And here it is. This is the tangible starting point for the whole ecosystem. It's a product called the BarNess Miracle Bar. But you have to understand, this isn't just another snack you find on the shelf. It's specifically designed to be the first gentle push that gets a giant, incredibly complex machine moving. So, on the surface, it's a 400-calorie whole food bar with super clean ingredients. But its real job is to be what's called a stabilization primitive. Now, what does that mean? It's basically a tool that provides immediate nutritional security. It buys time for the much bigger system to go in and fix the broken economics that cause hunger in the first place. Okay, this is the most crucial thing to get. The bar itself isn't the final solution, not at all. It's the catalyst. It's that very first domino, deliberately designed to be small and accessible, to kick off a chain reaction that builds something much, much bigger than itself. So how in the world does a simple bar build into something that big? Well, it fuels a really powerful financial engine. And this is where we shift gears from just a community initiative to a global economic model that's built for massive, massive scale. And a key piece of that engine is a concept you see with some of the biggest, most successful companies out there today, 100% vertical integration. By controlling everything, from the farm that grows the food to the person who gets the bar, the system captures all the value that's normally lost to middlemen. This is absolutely essential for what comes next. And this is a brilliant illustration of that core engine. It's called the BarNessQION flywheel. You see, it's a self-reinforcing, totally closed loop, where every single part powers the next. Consumer demand creates revenue. That revenue is used to buy more land. More land means more production, which creates surpluses that reward investors and then fuel even more growth. It's literally designed to spin faster and faster on its own. Let's just walk through that really quick. It all starts with demand from the community. Then that revenue is used to buy hard assets. We're talking real, productive farmland. More land, of course, means more production and a bigger surplus. That surplus drives higher returns for investors, which, you guessed it, attracts more capital to buy even more land. The cycle just gets stronger and more powerful with every single rotation. Okay, so we've got the product, the bar, and we have the financial engine, the flywheel. Now, let's zoom out and look at the complete architectural blueprint for this whole thing. It's built on 3 distinct but totally interconnected pillars. This entire journey, from a simple idea all the way to global impact, follows these 3 stages. You start with the foundation, which is all about establishing the why, the core principles. Then you move into practice, which is the how, putting it all into action. And finally, you have growth, which provides the systems you need to scale it up. And here is the full picture. It's called the triple helix. And it's a great name because it's just like the strands of DNA. You've got education, community building, and innovation all woven together. They aren't separate projects. No, they are constantly interacting and supporting each other to create something that is way, way stronger than any of the individual parts could be on their own. This table really makes it clear. Education establishes that shared ethical foundation. That's the why. Community building is where those big ideas are actually put into practice through grassroots action. That's the how. And then innovation provides the tech and the financial engine, like that flywheel we just saw, to scale it all up across the globe. But there's one more piece. A crucial layer that weaves through all 3 of those pillars, acting as the system's guide, its moral compass, its conscience, and that's a very unique kind of artificial intelligence. It's called GENIE, which stands for Generative Intentional Intelligence. And I want you to pay close attention to the wording here. It's not described as a tool or a platform. It's designed to be a strategic partner. Its entire job is to make sure every single part of this complex machine, from the farm to the investment fund, is operating ethically and staying true to that core mission. This slide really shows the difference. A typical AI is just a neutral tool, right? It follows commands. Harmony AI, which is powered by Genii, is designed from the ground up to be a force for improvement, one that understands human context, and this is the most important part, it defers to human judgment. It's a completely different philosophy about what AI should be. And this whole philosophy is guided by three beautifully simple yet incredibly powerful rules. First, do no harm. That's the baseline. Can't violate that. Second, do good if you can. That's an active command to try and make things better. And third, and this is my personal favorite, if you are ever unsure, just ask. And that third rule, that's everything. Think about it. It's humility, hard-coded right into the AI's core. This is what guarantees that no matter how smart or complex the system gets, a human is always in the driver's seat, making the final call. The AI is a partner, not a master. So, we have the bar, the flywheel engine, the three-pillar blueprint, and the ethical AI conscience. What is the ultimate goal of this massive, integrated machine? It's nothing less than fundamentally shifting our entire societal model. It's all about moving away from this scarcity mentality that we live in, the one that says there isn't enough to go around, which leads to all this hoarding and competition, and moving towards an abundance reality, a reality where smart systems and technology create massive surpluses that can be shared, allowing communities to become self-sufficient and ensuring that basic needs are finally met for everyone. And this visual really illustrates that end game. They call it the QIL Zone Initiative. The goal is to use the entire triple helix system to build completely sustainable, self-sufficient communities. Places where that horrible paradox of scarcity, where we waste more food than we'd need to feed every hungry person, is finally solved for good. And when you boil it all down, this whole grand vision connects back to something every single one of us wants. By making sure people have access to basic needs, like healthy food, the system aims to shift our entire approach to healthcare, moving away from just treating sickness and toward actively preventing it in the first place. Creating a world where people don't just live longer, but they live healthier, more vibrant lives. And all of this leaves us with one final, really big question to think about. This integrated model is focused on food and health, sure, but the philosophy behind it could be applied anywhere. So it really makes you wonder, what other huge, world-changing problems could we finally solve if every piece of technology we built was designed from day one with a conscience? Something to think about.